I've shared posts in the past in regards to my general disapproval of the education system. I want to take this opportunity to express it is the system I disapprove of, not the teachers and the way that they teach. The jobs the teachers do is an amazing job. And watching a teacher at work, it is clear to see the amount of care, love and dedication that they put into teaching our children. They want the best for each and every child, and it is the system that they work within that is flawed. They're up against it the same as we all are, with budget cuts, ever-expanding workloads, ever-expanding class sizes, children of varying abilities, behavioural backgrounds, national backgrounds, religious beliefs, and so on and so forth. And unfortunately, the only way to educate a class of an expanding size is to straight line educate and bring each child onto that line. The best way to educate a child is to discover their personal abilities and qualities and grow from there. And I know the teachers would love to educate the children like this, but it is not possible with their ever-expanding workload. I disapprove of children being moulded, being told no, being dampened down, put in boxes, educated on straight lines, right? Being told to sit in a certain spot, to behave a certain way, to do certain structured work, to be a good little child, to be moulded into another cog in the machine, to be a good little worker bee, not to ever disagree with authority, never ask why. That is my issue with the system, right? I do not have an issue with the teachers. They are doing an amazing job, as are the nurses and doctors within the NHS that are up against the same sorts of cuts and ever expanding workloads. They all give the best they can give within the guidelines that they are able to do. And that is where you come in. I know we're all up against it. We all work far too much, too longer hours, too heavier workloads. We're all stressed and anxious all the time, right? And we think because we pay our taxes that we can give our child to the school for them to almost raise for us, to educate them in life as well as literacy, to speak to them when they're down, to be there and educate them in all aspects of life, to almost be there as a counsellor for them, right? This is not their job. This is your job. Your child needs to know that you are there for them no matter what. If they have an issue, they need to feel confident that they can come to you and discuss it. It is your job to realise and find your child's strengths and help them grow and expand from there. Right? We have a system, it is flawed. We have to do the best we can within that system. Child goes to school for an education, not to be raised. I know, again, we all work, and it's like we pay our taxes, here you go, here's my child. It's not the way it should be. And the same with the NHS. Every time you get a little sniffle, you go down the doctor's, no wonder you can never get an appointment. Sort things out more for yourself. Stop relying on the system that is there, because the overuse of that system is partly the flaw. Back to teachers. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. I know you're up against it, and you still go in each and every day with enthusiasm, and I want to create the best environment you can to help educate and develop that young child into a young adult, giving them the best possible chance you can. You do all this on what equates to a 12% pay cut over the last 10 years, but you still go in there every day and be the best you can be to help them be the best they can. We haven't got the best education system in the world or in Europe, right? We're quite low down, in fact. And teachers' pay is very low down. A teacher in the UK receives almost half the pay of a teacher in Germany, and they teach a class 30% larger for their troubles. I do not agree with the system. I do not agree with straight line blanket education. I struggled at school because I wanted to always know why. Sit down and do this. Why? It was a general, honest question. I wanted to know why. I like to know how things work and why I do certain things. But that doesn't conform and fit in with the system. So I was treated as a naughty child. If I was seen for my strengths and qualities and grown on those, I would have achieved a lot more at school than I did. This is not the teacher's fault. This is the system's fault. But again, work within the system we have, make it the best we can be. And parents, please make sure your children know that you are there to speak to them. You are there to understand them, to back them, to always support them no matter what. To always be on their side. Because kids have so much stress, so much on their shoulders these days from such a young age. Because again, the system is trying to educate them higher and higher so that when they do leave school, they can perform more and more, get more things done, make more money for those at the top, right? The many work, the many efforts, all put together to reward the few at the top. This is my issue, and it reflects into the education system. So, teachers, thank you. All council workers, thank you. All NHS staff, thank you. All service personnel, thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you that continues to do more and more and get rewarded less and less. Make the best out of it we can, right? But know that the system is flawed and it will come tumbling down soon. And we will rebuild it into something better. But until then, we will work with what we have. We will be grateful to have anything at all. Right? Sorry for the ramble, but honestly, I understand and I appreciate and I respect each and every one of you that does the best they can do in their job. I know it feels like banging your head against a brick wall sometimes, but to go in and give your all to help educate and raise the future generations, and still smiling when you're asked for the 12th time the same question that morning, takes a very special kind of person. I could not be a teacher. I could not work within that guideline and give that child my best. So to each and every one of you that does, I thank you.